So, yo everyone, welcome to this new series. If you're in this channel, I think you know who I am, but if it's your first time, I'm VENGEUR. I am a professional player in Quake Champions and I'm playing in the Quake Pro League. And this new series is mostly towards the new players that don't know how to approach spawns in the game and don't know how to force them, or just don't know in general how to react according to where you are around the map. So for this test, I'm using another account, which is this one. I'm gonna do this because it's the only way I can show you how and where the enemy is gonna spawn. So I'm just gonna simulate like I'm playing against someone else, and I'm gonna show you exactly where the opponent is gonna spawn, depending on where I am on the map. So sadly, we don't have a 2D map, 2D maps, or like a map where I can show you, like just by pointing on the screen where exactly the opponent is gonna spawn. So I have to do it while playing. Yeah, let's go. So for those of you who don't know what spawn means in general, like every time you die, you have to spawn another time. And this spawn means where you are gonna be around the map. It's like you're gonna reset your life. Like if you had 1 HP, if you die, you're gonna go back to your default stack. And that process is called spawn. And because of that, you have also other terms, which I'm gonna get into later, like spawn killing, spawn forcing, blah 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 blah. But let's talk slowly about this. And yeah. Let's pretend, I'm gonna pretend you're really just a beginner, like completely beginner. So,
prepare to fight.
As you can see, every time we play a duel,
round begins in 3.
I'm gonna lower the audio.
1
second.
Fight.
So every time we play a duel, especially when you are starting a duel, like right now we just started. So this is the first type of spawn you need to understand and to learn. This type of spawn, it's called starting spawn, and it's called like that because this kind of spawn can happen like only at the start of the game. Because every time you spawn in a certain direction around the map, the other player is also gonna spawn in a certain way around the map. So it's not like you're spawn forcing your enemy. It's more like the first spawn around the map, it usually is like the most fair as possible for both of the players to get 1 item each kinda situation. It's like sometimes it's not like that, but in most cases it's like it's gonna be like this. So for example, let's analyze this one. So we are in AWOKEN, which is the first map of the series, and I spawned on this time shards around the banana area. So 100%, and I know because I am a pro gamer, so like I know where the opponent is all the time, especially on the starting spawn. So now I'm gonna walk towards that area, and 100% my enemy is on my right. So why does this happen? Let's say if these things wouldn't exist, let's say I spawn right there, okay? It should never be possible that, for example, my enemy spawns there at the start, because that will mean that it's unfair in that case, because I will just go like this and he will be there, he will get the weapon and kill me. So what Quake does, it's make it as fair as possible for both players. In this case, you could be the other player. Like this spawn is just one of the starting spawns we have, cause it's not always like this. I could be the one spawning there, for example, okay? And in that case, if I would be spawning there where my enemy is right now, so let's say we swap, my enemy will be there where I just spawned, so they will invert, okay? So this is an example of our starting spawn. Especially in AWOKEN, this is the most important. And for example, why it's important to learn this kind of situation. Let's say let's say you are the player spawning on this side of the map, okay? So when you spawn there, you have a few scenarios that are gonna happen. The two most likely scenarios are like you're gonna go for the railgun and you're gonna drop for the heavy, or you're gonna take the railgun and you're gonna go there. Why would you do that? So this is also depending on what enemy or what champion your enemy is playing. For example, if your enemy is playing a ranger, you might try to avoid this to do this, cause why I'm talking about this. If your enemy is doing this, like he literally turns around and he goes for mega, first of all, once he reaches mega, you're gonna be able to hear him if you are around this area. So the time the enemy is gonna make to go from this to this is the same time, it's the same timing as like you spawn there and you do this. So while you are here, you're gonna like listen to your opponent, and if he's there, you may try to go for a rail and then fall back for heavy. Cause in this case, for example, your enemy is gonna have only machine gun or starting shotgun, and if he takes the mega, he will drop there maybe and take the nail gun. So in this case, he has only machine gun and nail gun, and you have a rail gun. So, and if you even manage to hit one shot, like if you manage to pick from this angle, like this, and hit a rail and then fall back, there is no way he's gonna try to contest this heavy. So you're gonna have a nice start into your game. Or, and there is the other scenario on this map that could happen. If you spawn in this position and your enemy spawns at the rail, if you take this armor, for example, and you take LG, you then take TP. So when you take TP, it's really likely that it's the time when the opponent is dropping for the heavy. If he picks the other path, instead of going for the mega rail, he goes down below into the heavy. And if you push this is what will happen. If your enemy is not ranger and he has no escape like routines, or like he's not Athena or whatever like that, in this case you have rocket, you have LG, and you are trapping him already. And the only way your opponent can win this situation is by baiting the jump pad and trying to rail you, or literally hit like 3 to 4 rails in a row. So this is a really strong start. So keep in mind the start that could happen also against you. And if it happens against you, that's why I always suggest to, when you are starting on this side of the map, this one, I always suggest to listen before going for the item when you are around this area. Why would you listen and not going for the item straight away? Cause there is that occasion in which your opponent doesn't go for mega and he goes for the rocket, and if you drop down and you are not really like 100% sure you're gonna hit your shots, especially when you are at the beginning of the game and maybe you feel cold, this is a great way to listen and then going for this. And if your opponent is going the other way, okay, this could actually give you an advantage, cause you could take the mega, you could come here, and then have the rail and have a rail angle, and your opponent wouldn't have the rail, okay? So these two positions are really important in Awoken, like super important. And these are the two main spawns that you want to learn and you want to focus on. So in always like this, your opponent is gonna spawn at rail, or is gonna spawn at banana, and there are only two ways you can go. You can go rail to mega or rail to heavy, and you can go banana to mega or banana to LG and then push into rocket. This is what you need to learn, and it's really important to learn it, because if you mess up this situation and your opponent gets an early kill, not only is gonna have the kill, he's gonna have all the weapons, he's gonna have the items, and then you have to build slowly into getting back into the game. Because once you get an early lead and you are able to have a railgun already, every time you try to push your opponent, he's gonna try to deny this area, and he's gonna try to deny you from picking up a railgun. And this is huge. It's really important to learn this situation. So we talk about the starting spawns, and I'm actually gonna show you all the starting spawns. So I'm gonna actually restart the game until I get all the spawns available in Awoken.
Fight.
So we were talking about the first spawn, which is this one, okay? And there is a variation to this one, which is this one. So it's basically doesn't really change much, but what changes is like if you are literally 1 meter away further, it's like easier maybe to get into LG faster. It's same for your opponent, so your opponent won't spawn where my crosshair is, but it will spawn there. So it's like just a little bit further. What this could like cause is maybe going for this, but I will always go for the rail. And probably you have more time. I mean, this is the tricky part. You are faster to get into rail, but your opponent is also will be faster to get into LG and drop you and like come there and trap you. So I will always suggest to listen. Just this, it's like 3 seconds literally. If you pick up a rail, you listen to the opponent. I will show you. Look. So I'm gonna use my other account. So I'm moving right now, and you can listen. Okay. So now look, I'm standing there, okay, and my opponent is at banana. Look, you hear him coming towards Mega. If you don't hear him, it means he's going for LG. That's simple as that. So again, I am at the banana with the other account right now. Look, I'm rushing Mega. You hear him. That's how simple it is. Plus, you can also hear this. TP. So if he takes TP, you know he's gonna go for rocket. You can hear. I don't know if you can hear cause my game is I'm gonna try to do this. Look. Now it's really loud. Okay. I'm gonna take TP. You can hear TP. So now again, I'm gonna go from banana to Mega. Right now my opponent is at LG, so there is no way I can hear him. But look now, you can hear him, and you can also hear this. You can even hear Mega. So I will always suggest you to wait if you get the railgun spawn. You can even hear the jump. You can hear the water down below, like there. If it drops from this platform. So I will always wait. So the other situation, and this spawn is really different from the previous one we just saw, is this one. And as I said at the beginning of the video, it has to be the most fair way possible for the players. So obviously there is no way my opponent is at rail this time. And there is no way my opponent is at time shards on banana. So the only fair way, like what would you think it will be if I am at Mega? It is at heavy, so it literally splits the two major items between the two players from the start already. So, I mean, you may want to delay Mega if you want to and you go for rail, that's up to you. But I will always get Mega. Cause what this spawn means is that if you spawn here, your opponent is gonna be there. Okay? And I mean, by the time you pick up rail, your opponent is already at heavy and is going for the nail gun. So I don't think it's worth it. So I will always pick up the Mega. And I don't know, you can pick up the Mega, go here, and take this armor, and it's probably gonna come from TP and take rocket, and then you can go from LG. Or if you want to, I don't know, you want to prefer going for rail at the start, you can take the Mega, drop down below, take the light, and go for the rail. That's also up to you. Then there are so many different scenarios also with the champions. Like if you're Athena, I don't know, you want to try some crazy hook and try to hit a rail on your opponent when he's like trying to escape. Or if you are Athena starting from this position, you want to get into rail like straight away. That's up to you. What is really important is to learn how to not make painful mistakes. So get your item and play safe if you want. Just go for the tribal and take this maybe. Like you can take 3 different paths. You can drop for this, you can go for this light, and you can go for the light on LG. So in the best scenario, you're always gonna have this. Look, I'm gonna damage myself. So let's say I have 100 and actually let's do it. Let's pick up 100. So when I spawn here, I'm gonna take this. Okay. So let's say I have 50 armor. Okay, and I am gonna have 100 from the start. I'm gonna have a weapon now, which is gonna be the ALG, and then I can build my way slowly towards the other side of the map. You don't need to try something way too crazy at the beginning, because at the beginning you want to play it safe. Okay. So yeah, this is it for the starting spawns. I think this like the way you can approach this is already like 20% of your duel at the beginning. Because if you make some mistakes, I don't know, like going for this, then your opponent takes the heavy, you drop for heavy, the heavy is not there, your opponent is running away, and he goes towards this, and it takes 2 items at the start, you are screwed. Like, there's nothing you can do. You lost 2 items in a matter of seconds, and it's really horrible if that happens. Now, let's go to the crucial part. How does spawn forcing work? How can you spawn force? How do you know where the opponent is gonna spawn? So I'm gonna answer to all these questions. First of all, what people don't realize maybe is, especially beginners, that it's really important to force spawn to understand that where you are around the map is the key to force the spawn. Okay, and sometimes players mess up this because like they are moving like this maybe while they're waiting for the spawn, and moving it's gonna cause the spawn to be in another direction. So it's really important to know always where you are around the map and think fast enough, and to think fast enough where the opponent is gonna be. It's not hard, you just need to practice these scenarios. And yeah, okay. So again, it's important like to understand this. It's not about where your opponent dies, it's about where you are when he presses the respawn. Because when you die, you know, you have to press respawn. And this is where I spawn in this case, okay? But it's not cause I died here, okay? This doesn't mean anything, okay? It's all about where my opponent is at this time of the game, okay? And I'm gonna try to explain better now while showing you, but just forget about yeah, I died on Mega, where I'm gonna spawn now. It's all about the opponent. Like, the only thing you can do is maybe press as fast as you can respawn, or press as slow as you can respawn, because you have 3 seconds. Like when you die, you have 3 seconds, so you can joke a little bit around where you're gonna spawn. Because if your opponent is going like super fast, like it's like, okay, he's gonna spawn now there because he's gonna press respawn, and if you wait like 2 seconds more, maybe he's gonna change the spawn and you can get a better spawn in order to escape. So again, I'm gonna bring my other account like in front of me. First example, okay? Again, it doesn't matter where he dies, it matters where I am around the map. So let's say I will kill him now. Okay? Now, I'm standing on this position, okay? So, one thing is for sure, he won't spawn on railgun because I am way too close to rail. Okay? So there is no way he can spawn. Alright? He will never spawn on time shards because it's way too close to where I am. There are 2 ways he can be. two places where it can be. It could be on the left on this tunnel, or it could be on the spawn. It could be there, which is not, so it's on my left. And this is just an example. Spawn killing and spawn forcing are like as fair as possible as well. It's really rare on a map that you have a super close spawns. In some maps there is. In some maps there is always like also like clear spawn in front of you, like, and you can even eat a rail, for example. I will cover it in the later like VODs, where I'm gonna cover like Deep Embrace, for example. It's a clear example of that. Sorry for repeating the words. So let's do it again. Okay. I'm gonna drop down there, and this is where I force the spawn. Alright? So in this case, cause I am on this side of the map, it means that my opponent is never gonna spawn on this tunnel on the right. Is never gonna spawn up there, cause I'm way too close to Mega. Is never gonna spawn on rail, cause I'm way too close to rail. The only place it can be is banana right now. Like, that's the only play. And I can do it again. Like, for example, I can press respawn. It's gonna spawn on banana again. Look. Why is that? Cause it's the fair possible way. Cause it cannot spawn on a place where I can just rocket jump and kill him again. It's really unlikely that, like, for that to happen. In some maps, it's a bit more different, but in maps like Awoken, it's a bit more fair. In the past, you had this spawn, like, you could do this and kill with a railgun, but they eventually fixed it. And now again. Let's do it again. I kill, and now he's gonna spawn again on time shards. I know that it's boring to watch this, but it's good to learn. Okay? And I'm gonna do it again. But I'm gonna do something different now. So I'm gonna die. Okay, I died, and I'm gonna die again. So what will happen is, I think that's the rule. If you kill the opponent in a place, and then it's spawned, like, let's say for example, you see the spawn is different. So let's say he spawned there, like right there when I killed him, and after 2 seconds I died again. It will change. So when you spawn when you not die within 10 seconds, when you die within 10 seconds, sorry, so like from 0 to 10, and you die again like 2 times in a row, the spawn is gonna change a little bit. It's not gonna be far away or far to the left or to the right. It's just another variable that is gonna be into the game. So I'm gonna try to show from my, like, I'm gonna put my other account to show you. I'm gonna put it there where I just killed him. So I'm gonna let him stay there. Okay, he's in front of me right now. So now I'm gonna just die. So I'm gonna show you, I'm gonna spawn on banana 100%. Look. Okay, and now I'm gonna wait 10 seconds. Like, you see the timer was at 39. I'm gonna just wait, and now you will see what will happen. So 10 seconds are over. I let's say I die again. Okay, he rails me twice, for example. Look what is gonna happen. Okay, I'm gonna spawn in the same place. Let's press respawn again. It changes. Let's press respawn again. I'm back there. Let's press respawn again. I'm there again. So what this mean is, when you kill your opponent, like from that position, I'm gonna spawn there, okay? But for example, like within 10 seconds, let's say I spawn now, I go from the LG, he kills me 2 times, and he goes back there, I'm gonna spawn there instead. So yeah, now I'm gonna spawn time shards. I die again, for example, I'm gonna spawn a little bit forward. I'm gonna die again. And this is the other variable. So let's do it again. Again. Okay, are all variables. So in order to get this spawn from this side, it's really hard. Like it's really rare that it will ever happen in a duel. And yeah, just focus on this too, because within 10 seconds it's really hard that your enemy is gonna die like 3 times or 4 times in a row. So, but just know that there is that variable possible from that position, and you could literally take the TP and rush this, but it's not possible. Like it's really rare. So now let's change it. Let's say I kill my opponent on this position. So I'm gonna bring my other account. I'm gonna stay there. Okay. I'm gonna press respawn. So, shotgun. Okay. So let's go for the normal response now. So let's wait 10 seconds. Shotgun. Let's wait more 10 seconds. Shotgun. What if I press respawn again? Rocket. What if I press it again? You see how it changes? It changes like when you press respawn all in a row, it changes a lot. But if you hold still for 10 seconds, it's gonna stay in the same place. This is because it prevents it's a way to prevent various spawns to be always in the same spot. But in order for that to happen, you have to not die within 10 seconds. Like you have to die within 10 seconds, I'm sorry. I know it's a bit confusing at first, but you will, like, let's do it again. So I'm gonna go back to where I was before. So now I'm gonna spawn on shotgun. Okay. Again. 12 seconds. Let's wait for 10 seconds. Let's say, yeah, I spawn there. He rushes me. I die again. Okay. I'm gonna spawn on shotgun once again. And this is chaos. My opponent is standing in that position. So just know there are variables. And these variables are within 10 seconds. If it goes above 10 seconds, it will be the same spawn again. So just in case you forgot about it. So let's say I'm standing there. Let's bring our account. Okay. More to the left. Let's press respawn now. Where are we gonna spawn? We're gonna spawn there. So it's, as you can see, it's really far. Like, he's on the light armor and I am on the rocket. So he has no direct line of railing me. He has no direct line to rush me. It's not the farthest away. You could still drop from light and try to hit a rail, but it's still far. So let's try again. What if I press respawn? First variable. This one. Again. This one. Again. This one. You see these variables? These are not the first spawn. These are like, you have position and first spawn, and then you have position, secondary spawn, and third spawn. So it's like just variables that are in a lower percentage. Like it's only about the time where you kill the opponent again. So all you have to worry about is the first one mainly, because it's really rare that you kill your opponent 2 times in a row like this quick. I'm doing it because I press respawn, but you know. Okay. So let's wait 10 seconds. And I'm gonna show you, I'm gonna spawn above the jump pad again. 100%. Because it's gonna reset. That's it. Like, as simple as that. So we say that this spawn forces that spawn. Okay. This spawn on this pillar forces the shotgun spawn. And we say that this spawn always forces the LG spawn. Now let's force another spawn, which is this one. Standing there. So instead of staying there, you stay there. Okay. Let's kill myself. In game. We have a change. Cause I went from this side to this side, the game detects where he is and it's like, okay, he's on this side, I cannot let him spawn there. But he's in this side, so yeah, I can let him spawn there. There is no direct line of like attack. Let's do it again. If you are good in the game, you have a railgun, you can force the spawn and come and rail. Okay? But you have to be really fast to do this. Again. Let's add the second variable of this spawn. Now it's gonna change. Let's start another variable. Let's see, I don't remember if there is one. Let's see, I think there is another one. This one again. So it's the same of this spawn. This one is what you have to worry about. Only this one, okay? That's it. So again, let's do a summary of where the opponent is gonna spawn. Take notes. Behind this line, you see this shadow? Let's say it's our imaginary line. Behind this shadow, the opponent is gonna spawn on time shards. If you go up there, the opponent is gonna spawn on rocket. If you go there, the opponent is gonna spawn on this tunnel in this position. If you stay there, the opponent is gonna spawn on shotgun. This is the middle part of the map. It's obvious that if you are like standing in the extreme other side of the map like this, for example, I will show you what will happen. This means that like again, let's imagine around your character there is like a big circle, okay? And the more you move towards a position, the more the circle moves with you. So let's say in that circle is where your opponent cannot spawn. So if the circle is, for example, I am there, and my circle is between like from TP to rail, etc. It means that in this circle, it cannot spawn there, it cannot spawn there. So it's gonna spawn outside the circle. It's really hard to explain without having a map in front of me, because there is no map, but this is the best way I can explain to you. So let's say I am there. Look, my opponent is there. Like staying on the extreme other side of the map. What is gonna happen? I'm spawning here. I'm spawning here. Spawning here. You see, all the variables are now like going crazy, basically, because I'm so far away from everything that the spawn can change now more frequently. So let's wait 10 seconds. I'm gonna show you how it can change. I'm spawning there. Let's wait 10 seconds. Okay. Spawning there. So it's completely different. And this is because I am on the extreme other side of the map. So remember that you have to be in a certain position in order to force spawn. Let's say it again. This is banana spawn. If you stay there, shotgun spawn. If you stay there, it's gonna spawn there. If you stay there, it's gonna spawn on the rocket jumped. What if I stay, I stay on rocket, this spawn, for example. Okay, let's see. What is gonna happen? I'm spawning on Mega. It's really far away. Like, he has to take all the stairs in order to come here. And I can be on, like, I can drop down, I can go to rail. There are so many variables in what I can do. Like, scenarios, sorry. Let's wait again, let's spawn. You see it changes without having to wait 10 seconds? Why is that? It's because where I am right now, the circle, let's say the circle is like this. It's going from this around this area. So I can spawn in 2 different places, cause it's like way into an extreme of the map. And just by jumping there, the circle is gonna be in the middle and it's gonna like prevent him from spawning in, like, for example, there. So let's spawn again with him being there. See? Now let's wait 10 seconds. I need some water. This is a long video. So the spawn is gonna reset. And it's totally different. Okay? So let's add some variables. It's gonna go there, then it's gonna go there, then it's gonna go there again, back and forth. Okay? So another circuit I'm gonna teach you now. Okay? And this time I'm gonna use the other thing, like the other player. So let's take him there. So this is a trick you need to know. And when you kill your opponent, cause whenever you jump into a server, the server is registering 2 different models moving around the map. And in Quake Champions, when you kill your enemy, let's say it's gonna die. You see this, right? It's like dying in front of me. And now it disappears. What it means? When the body disappears, when the opponent is dead, it means that he pressed the respawn button. Cause, like, let's do it again. I'm gonna bring him to where I am. Okay, it's in front of me. So now I'm gonna press spawn really fast. You saw that he was standing on the ground a long time. Now I'm gonna kill him. I'm gonna press respawn super fast, and you saw it disappeared. So it's a nice trick to know. Like, let's say your opponent wants to like force the respawn to be a longer time, and let's say I kill him again, and he knows that if I am there, he's gonna spawn on that side. So I will just look at his body. Okay, it's not pressing respawn. It's not pressing respawn. He's now respawning. And now 100% my opponent is gonna be like there on time shards. So it's really nice to see it, like to pay attention to the model of the enemy. Yeah, that's it. Like it's a little nice trick if you want to learn it. Usually all the players, especially in lower elo, tend to press respawn super fast, so you don't have to worry about it. But it's cool to see how it changes. Forcing respawn. He pressed respawn now. And again. Right, that's it. Like this is how it works. Yeah, that's it. So I'm gonna now record again for you from the first to the last one, all the major spawn and like where the opponent is gonna spawn. So I'm gonna put like a little window where there is the death cam and the other with the main gameplay, and you're gonna see like where it's gonna spawn depending on where I'm standing. So this long video is mainly to explain how it works in general. I don't know if I'm gonna do this kind of talk into the other maps, so I suggest you to watch this video if you want to like learn how spawn work in general. But this is it, like this is the most important thing to learn. Once you learn this, it's gonna be much easier to understand it. And as always, you have to practice, cause if you don't practice the situations, you maybe gonna move like, for example, just the fact that you like move too fast and towards this, then you're gonna force another respawn and not that one, and you're gonna like mess up with your brain and like, oh wow, why did it happen? Why did it spawn there? It's all about practice and learning. That's it. So if you like the video, leave a like and subscribe to the channel. And this is just the first map, so I'm gonna do all the 7 maps in the map pool. So just expect the next video to be Corrupted Keep, because it's the next map in the rotation. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Hope you liked the video, and yeah, take care and enjoy Quake and enjoy playing Quake. See you.